Now, let us look at the properties of parallelogram. As I have told you, in this topic, we are going to see more about parallelogram, and then in the questions, we will be looking at how we can use these properties and prove the statements asked in the question. Okay, so now these properties are nothing but the theorems which are given in your textbook. So we will be proving it since they are theorems. So the first property, it says that in a parallelogram the diagonal divides it into two congruent triangles. So these are actually three different theorems, but we will be proving them together because the next one are actually linked with the previous one. Fair enough. So as I have said, in a parallelogram the diagonal divides it into two congruent triangles. So now in the question, what is given? It is said that in a parallelogram, it means the quadrilateral is a parallelogram is specified by them, isn't it? So what is the basic definition of parallelogram which we have seen? It says the both opposite pairs are parallel. Okay, so that basic definition you can make use of whenever in the question they have specified that it is a parallelogram. Let us draw a parallelogram then. Suppose the name of the parallelogram is ABCD. So A, B, C and D. Okay, so your given information is they themselves have said that ABCD is a parallelogram. So which means AB is parallel to CD, whereas AD is parallel to BC. If it is a parallelogram, the diagonal divides it into two congruent triangles. So any diagonal you could take. Okay, so for that let us join one diagonal. So suppose I'm joining BD. So what will be your proof or prove that the diagonal divides it into two congruent triangles. So whenever you are drawing the diagonal, as you can see, the parallelograms get divided into two triangles and you have to prove that these two triangles are congruent. So my first proof that would be triangle ADC is congruent to triangle CBD. Second, opposite sides are equal. So which are the opposite sides? AD and BC. So you have to prove AD equal to BC and also AB equal to DC. And the third one, opposite angles are also equal. Now which are the opposite angle? So A and C are opposite, whereas B and D are also opposite. Okay, so you have to prove this. First of all, let us prove that these two triangles are congruent. So when I look at these two triangles, that is ADC and CBD, what do I have as a given? I have that the two lines are parallel. Okay, so definitely I have to make use of the property with respect to parallel lines and the transversal. What if AD and BC is parallel and if I take BD as the transversal, so AD, BC parallel, so will this angle, suppose I name it as angle 1 and this as angle 2. Will angle 1 be equal to angle 2? Yes. Why? Because both are alternate interior angles for lines AD and BC. So let us write it in that way. So in triangle ADC and triangle CBD. See here I have purposely written the order as CBD because this angle is equal to this angle. Okay, you should not write CD. Sorry, CBD is the right order. CDB is not the right order. So if I will write angle 1 is equal to angle 2 because both are alternate interior angles. So by alternate interior angles theorem. Similarly, now if I take AB and CD as parallel and again BD is the transversal, so this becomes my angle 3 whereas this becomes my angle 4. Will they be equal to one another? Yes, again by the same reason they are the alternate interior angles. So angle 3 equals angle 4 and both are alternate interior angles. Yes, and the common side BD equal to BD. Right? But usually we write it in the order in whatever order the congruency is. As you can see, these two angles and the side is equal. So the congruency is SAS. So I will write side first and then I will write the angle. Okay. So angle 3 equals angle 4 and the reason is alternate interior angles theorem. Yes. So as you can see, the two triangles are congruent by SAS congruency. So we have shown the first proof that the two triangles are congruent. The next one, opposite sides are equal. So by CPCT, can I write AD equal to BC, whereas CD equal to BD? Sorry, not CD. AD equal to BC. Let us write down first that. So AD equal to BC, which is the first CPCT. And next one, what you can write? Yes. Oh, here it should be ADB. Yeah. Sorry. Here it should be ADB. By mistake, I have written it as C. It should be ADB. Okay. So AD equal to BC, the first one, and next one, AB equal to CD. AB equal to CD. Okay. The reason you will be specifying by CPCT. Okay. So second proof also we have shown. The third one, angle A equal to angle C. Can I write DAB equal to BCD? DAB, angle DAB equal to BCD. Yes, again the reason CPCT. Whereas similarly, these two angles are also equal. How? Because as I have written, angle 1 equal to angle 2. So let me write down like this, angle 1 equal to angle 2, and instead of writing 3 equal to 4, let us write angle 4 equal to angle 3. Okay, so if you add the LHS and RHS, you will get angle 1 plus angle 4 equal to angle 2 plus angle 3. Angle 1 plus angle 4 is nothing but angle D, whereas angle 2 plus angle 3 is nothing but angle B. So by this way you have proved the another angle also equal. So as you can see, I have proved that the opposite angles are also equal, isn't it? Yes. So all the three theorems are actually linked with the same one. Just when you show these two triangles as congruent, the rest thing can be shown equal by CPCT. Okay, so what we have done, we have drawn a diagonal first, then we have taken AD and BC as parallel, taking BD as the transversal, so 1 equal to 2. Similarly, AB and CD as parallel and BD as the transversal, hence 3 equal to 4. And once they are equal, so by SAS congruency, the two triangles are congruent, and by CPCT, AB and CD are equal, whereas AD and BC are also equal. And with the help of CPCT, again you can show that the two opposite angles are also equal. Now let us see the converse of the properties which we have seen. The properties which we have seen previously were, if it is a parallelogram, then the two triangles are congruent. Second one was, if it is a parallelogram, then the opposite sides are equal, whereas the third one was, if it is a parallelogram, then the opposite angles were equal. So here it is said that if the sides are equal, then it is a parallelogram. So that becomes the converse of the opposite side theorem. If it is a parallelogram, opposite sides equal, its converse would be, if opposite sides are equal, then it is a parallelogram. Okay, so we have to prove that. So let us draw a parallelogram first, naming it as ABCD. Okay. Now they have given that the opposite sides are equal. It means AD equal to BC. So let us write down the given also, which says AD is equal to BC, whereas AB equal to CD. And you have to prove, or you have to show, that ABCD is a parallelogram. Okay, just as I have said, the basic property of parallelogram you have to prove. When do we call it as a parallelogram? When the opposite sides are parallel. So when it is said that ABCD is a parallelogram, I have to prove, it means I have to show AB is parallel to CD, whereas AD is parallel to BC. So once I show this, I can be saying that ABCD is a parallelogram. Now what we can do, there is one construction needed, and which is that you have to join one of the diagonals. Okay, let us join BD, just like what we have done in previous case. So AD equal to BC, whereas AB equal to CD. Yes, so as you can see in these two triangles, two sides are already equal, whereas the third one is the common side. So will the two triangles be congruent? Yes. In triangle ADB and triangle CBD, AD equal to BC, which is given, AB equal to CD, that is also given, and BD equal to BD, which is the common side, and hence triangle ADB is congruent to triangle CBD by SSS congruency. Okay, so this much we have proved. But what do we prove? What do we want to prove? Actually, we have to prove that the two lines are parallel. So whenever we have to show two lines of parallel, we can either use converse of corresponding angle axiom, converse of alternate interior angle axiom, or converse of co-interior angles. So here we can make use of the converse of alternate interior, because as we know, if these two triangles are congruent, this angle 1 will be equal to angle 2. Yes, so CBD, or let us write this angle first, ADB is equal to angle CBD by CPCT. Similarly, ABD, so this angle 3 and this 4, they are also equal. So ABD is equal to CDB. Yes, ABD angle 3, CDB. So the reason I will be specifying by CPCT. If ADB is equal to CDB, what does it mean? This angle ADB, this angle 2 is equal to angle 1. So angle 2 and angle 1 are parts of which two lines? AD and BC, where BD can be taken as transversal. Hence I can say AD is parallel to BC. Similarly, when I consider ABD and CDB, in that case AB and CD are parallel. So AB and CD are parallel. And as you can see, I have shown the two opposite pairs, both opposite pairs as parallel. Hence I can write ABCD is a parallelogram. Okay, so this was the converse. When it is a parallelogram, opposite sides are equal, and if opposite sides are equal, still it is a parallelogram. Similarly, the next one, converse of the angles. We have shown in a parallelogram, opposite angles are equal. Here the converse would be, if opposite angles are equal, then it is a parallelogram. That's what the statement is saying. If each pair of opposite angles are equal, then it is a parallelogram. Okay, so let us now see. Now what will be the change in our given? Here I have to take the angles to be equal, isn't it? So which means angle A is equal to angle C, whereas angle B is equal to angle D. Okay, so do I need this angles? I don't know. So let me rub it. If I need it, I will draw it again. Okay. Further, the relation between the sides, that is also not given. So just a quadrilateral with equal opposite angles. Okay, so A equal to C, B equal to D. Again, your show that would be same. You have to show that it is a parallelogram, which means AD and BC are parallel, whereas AB and CD are parallel. Okay. So now how will you show? Now here we don't have any relation between the sides, neither we have any relation with respect to the angles, but the angles which relation we have, they are not the part of like the same lines. Yes. So what can be done? What if I apply the angle sum property of quadrilateral? Let us see what we can do the change. So it means the sum of four angles will be equal to 180, sorry 360, isn't it? Yes. Now I have to show AD parallel to BC. See, I just now I said whenever you have wanted to show two lines as parallel, you have the converse of corresponding, converse of alternate, and converse of co-interior. What if I can show the sum of these two angles as 180? Will I say AD parallel to BC? Definitely, by converse of co-interior angle theorem. Similarly, if you show A and D also as 180, again you can say that AB is parallel to CD. Okay, so for that I have taken the sum of the four angles, which is equal to 360. I wanted to show A plus B equal to 180. So wherever there are other angles other than A and B, let us replace them. Angle A and angle B I wanted, so I will not replace them. But C could be replaced with A, whereas D could be replaced with B, which gives me 360. Now angle A plus angle A means twice angle A, angle B plus angle B is also twice angle B, and that 360. So what if I take 2 common? It will be angle A plus angle B, which gives me 360. Dividing it by 2 gives me A plus B equal to 180. And if sum of angle A and angle B is 180, I can say AD is parallel to BC by converse of co-interior angles theorem, isn't it? And for showing A and D as sum of A and D as equal, again take the same equation, just keep A and D there and replace the other ones. So angle A, instead of B I will write angle D, whereas instead of C again I will write angle A and angle D, which gives me 360. So angle A twice, angle D twice, it means angle A plus angle D is equal to 180 degree, which means AB is parallel to CD. Again the same reason, converse of co-interior angle theorem, and from this two I can say ABCD is a parallelogram. Okay, so this was the converse theorem. The straight theorem, opposite, if parallelogram opposite angles are equal. Converse, if opposite angles are equal, then it is a parallelogram. For that we have made use of converse of co-interior angles theorem. Okay, now the next property, it says the diagonals of parallelogram bisect each other. Okay, so now they have said that it is a parallelogram and we have to prove that the diagonals of it are bisecting each other. Okay, so definitely we have to draw both the diagonals of the parallelogram which are intersecting at one point. Yes, so let us draw them. Suppose the parallelogram is ABCD. So ABCD intersecting at O. Yes. So what is the given information? They themselves have said ABCD is a parallelogram. So I will not write it again and again that if ABCD is a parallelogram means AB is parallel to CD and AD is parallel to BC. That is, you know now. And what is your show? That the diagonals bisect each other. It means these two diagonals, if they are intersecting at O, OA and OC will be equal, whereas OB and OD will also be equal. That you have to prove. Okay, so how it can be proved? Yes, for showing OA and OA equal to OC and OB equal to OD, how it can be proved? See, whenever you have to show any two lengths as equal, always look for the triangles of which these two lengths are part. Now OA and OC are part of which triangle? This OA is part of this both triangle, whereas OC is part of these two triangles, isn't it? Similarly, OB and OD, OB is part of these two triangles, whereas OD is part of these two triangles. Now, which is the common triangle, as you can say? What if I show these two triangles as congruent? Yes, if I show AOD and COB as congruent, by CPCT, can I write OA equal to OC, whereas OB equal to OD? Yes, I can write. But for then showing the two triangles as congruent, what do I have? So now let us write down first. In triangle AOD and triangle COB, AOD and COB. So which is the first thing which is equal? Yes, is this angle equal to this angle? If I name it as 1 and 2, is angle 1 equal to angle 2? See, angle 1 and angle 2. So AD and BC, they are parallel. And if I take AC to be the transversal, will angle 1 and angle 2 be equal? Yes, it will be. Why? Because both are alternate interior angles. So let us write down then. Angle DAO is equal to angle BCO. From this I am deciding the order. DAO, BCO. Okay. So first angle I have got. Second angle, I have this vertically opposite angle also, which is equal to one another, and also this another angles also I have, isn't it? So you can take any one of the angle. Okay, so let us take, I am taking this angle. 3 and 4. Okay, so I will write angle ADO equal to CBO. Okay, for both the conditions it will be alternate interior angles theorem. Okay, now two angles I have, definitely I should be needing one side, because if I take third angle, as we know, AAA congruency is not valid. So if two angles I am taking, I want the third one to be side, and that side has to be included, is it? Or what if it is not included? Still it is valid or not? As you have seen, ASA congruency, whereas AAS is also applicable and SAA is also applicable. So two angles if you are taking, you have to take one side, and that side could be included or not. So that doesn't matter. But when you are taking two sides and one angle, the angle has to be included. Okay, so in this case, I am taking AD equal to BC, because as they have said, ABCD is a parallelogram. Definitely the opposite sides are equal. Okay, and that side is an included one. See, these two angles and this side. So therefore I will be writing it in between them, which means AD equals BC. Okay, so as you can see, two angles and one side, the included side, hence I can say triangle AOD is congruent to triangle COB by ASA congruency, and hence by CPCT I can write OA equal to OC and OD equal to OB. What does it mean? If OA is equal to OC and OD is equal to OB, it means the diagonals are bisecting each other. Okay, so the theorem, diagonals of parallelogram bisect each other. What we have done, we have taken these two triangles. Why? Because the sides which I wanted to show as equal, they are the part of that two triangles, and the showing them two triangles is easier compared to the ones, because if you take these two triangles as congruent, you can show OA equal to OC, but you cannot show OB equal to OD, because in these two triangles, the OB will be only one side present. So definitely you have to take opposite triangles so that both these sides will be part of them. Okay. The next theorem, it says if diagonals bisect each other, it is a parallelogram. So that is again the converse of the above one. Here it was parallelogram, hence the diagonals bisect each other. Now if the diagonals are bisecting each other, we have to show it is a parallelogram. How can we show? Okay, so let us keep this name of the angle same and just change it. Now what is your given information? Whatever was your show, that now that becomes your given, isn't it? So this is my given information which says the diagonals are bisecting. See, if diagonals bisect each other, then show that it is a parallelogram. So again, if you have to show it is a parallelogram, you have to show the both pairs are parallel. Okay, so how can we show the pairs as parallel? Now OA is equal to OC, whereas OB equal to OD, isn't it? Right? Now in our previous proof, what we have taken, since the two lines were parallel, I had shown that the angles were equal. Now here, if I show the angles are equal, can I say that the two sides are parallel? Yes, I can, isn't it? So let us proceed by that way. Taking the same two triangles, in triangle ADO and triangle CBO, OA equal to OC, OA equal to OC. Now see, you are showing these two sides as equal, whereas the third angle, now whenever you are taking two sides, definitely the third thing should be an angle. Just now I have said, and that too it should be included. So these two angles are equal because they are vertically opposite. So one side I have taken. Let us take the angle then. So AOD is equal to COB, and the last side OB equal to OD, or OD equal to OB. So OD equal to OB. So two sides and one angle. This is an vertically opposite angle, and hence I can say triangle ADO is congruent to triangle CBO by SAS congruency, and hence now I can say angle DAO is equal to BCO, which is nothing but angle 1 and 2 by CPCT. And if these two angles are equal, what does it mean? It means that AD is parallel to BC. Why? Because of converse of alternate interior angles theorem, isn't it? Yes. And if these two lines are parallel, I can say similarly I can show the other pair also parallel. Yes, AB and CD. For that, what you will be doing? For showing AB and CD as parallel, take these two triangles and show them as congruent by the same way. This side is equal to this side equal to this, and these two angles are vertically opposite, and hence this angle will be equal to this angle, right? ABO will be equal to CDO, and therefore AB will be parallel to CD. Yes. So now since the opposite pairs are parallel, I can say ABCD is a parallelogram. Okay, so these were the properties of parallelogram which we have seen. First, the diagonals of parallelogram divided into two congruent triangles. Second, the diagonals of parallelogram. In a parallelogram, the opposite sides are equal. Third, in a parallelogram, the opposite angles are also equal. Their converse is, if opposite sides are equal, it is a parallelogram. If opposite angles are equal, it is a parallelogram. The next one is diagonals of parallelogram bisect each other, and its converse is, if the diagonals are bisecting each other, it is a parallelogram. So these are all the properties of parallelogram. Now once we have proved it, henceforth we will be using them. But whenever in the question they have asked you to show anything, see, if they have asked you to show that a question is given in that, in the last statement is said, show that ABCD is a parallelogram. So basically you can be proving it by two ways. Either you show the both opposite pair as parallel, as I have shown it here. Both pair has to be shown as parallel, or else you can show one pair as parallel and equal. Okay, so in this case also I can say that respective quadrilateral is a parallelogram. If I show both the pairs as parallel, directly we can say it is a parallelogram. But if I cannot show both pair as parallel, but I can show one pair is parallel and along with that the same pair is equal also, then I can be saying that the respective quadrilateral is a parallelogram. Okay, in the question if they ask you, show that it is a rectangle. Okay, and so first of all you have to show it is a parallelogram, and then the second thing you have to show it is one of the angle as 90 degree. Whatever were the definitions which I have said when I was explaining the types of quadrilateral, that definition you have to make use of to show the respective quadrilateral as a certain type. Similarly, if you have to show it as a rhombus, first thing you will be showing the respective quadrilateral as a parallelogram, and then the second step would be show that all the sides are equal. Okay, similarly for square you have to show first that it is a rectangle. Yes, and for rectangle you have to show it is a parallelogram. So once you show it as a parallelogram, then you show it as a rectangle, and once you show that the adjacent sides are equal, then it will be called as square. Now it depends upon the question what they have said. It might happen that they have said that in the question it is a rectangle and you have to show it as a square. So in that case you are not supposed to show that it is a parallelogram, because rectangle it is already said. Only the thing to be shown is you have to show that all these sides are equal. Hence you can say that it is a square. Okay, so this is what the properties of parallelograms are.